Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the All Sports Podcast with me, Matt, and today, Joel. How are you, mate?
Hey Matt, all good, man. How are you?
All good, thank you. And Femi, how are you?
I'm good, mate. All good. How are you doing, bro?
Doing really good.
Well, the cricket's just closed for the day.
Closed for the day, day 4. India touring England, playing in Headingley in Yorkshire.
On a very flat pitch. Is the pitch flat? Is that fair?
I think it's fair. It's funny, isn't it? You get a different take from both sides. However, they want to go into the changing room and give that spin. India are obviously saying, yeah, pitch is staying low, really hard to bat on, whilst England are batting. England are saying, yeah, looks like a good batting wicket. It's not deteriorated too much. And yeah, you just read between the lines, basically. England want to have that positive mentality that this is a good pitch still to bat on, despite it being a day 5 pitch. What's interesting about this is that it will be the second highest ever run chase at Headingley if they get it. Also, the last 6 wins have all come from teams that have batted second. So
At Headingley.
At Headingley, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
interesting.
Is promising.
I mean, it'd be a hell of a chase tomorrow to get through because they're going to have to. They're not going to be able to bumble along.
No, last time it happened though, Joel, was Ben Stokes versus Australia and Jack Leach. Ably supported by Jack Leach in 2019, the Headingley Test of the Ashes in 2019, with a memorable chase. Mainly by Ben Stokes' enormous century, but that was the last time it happened. And Ben Stokes is still to bat with England. Just are they one down? None down.
No, none down. I think that's really important going into tomorrow. That was the key, wasn't it? I think
as James said, massive final 20 minutes
on the Facebook group, on the WhatsApp group about that, weren't we? Yeah. So getting to the end of the day with all your wickets intact, that means you can come out tomorrow and you're not on the back foot. They're going to be coming out thinking, how quickly can we score? Like, can we be aggressive? Which is what this England team wants to be. They want to be aggressive on the front foot and not kind of worrying about how much it's swinging, whether they lose a wicket, if that completely knocks their confidence or whatever. I feel like they're in the best position they can be. They've really had to grind through. They've had a couple of let-offs with drop catches and stuff like that. Or did they drop Brooks on in the first innings?
I think there's been 8 drop catches between the two teams in the last innings.
So yeah, they've really they've just been clinging on to India all the way through it. I feel like so now they can they've just got to focus on what they've got to do now tomorrow, and I think that's the best position for this England team to be in. They like chasing. That's the mentality that they enjoy. So yeah, it could be a good day of cricket tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not really, and apparently there's still some tickets available, and only £20 for an adult to get in to Headingley.
I wish Wimbledon was that cheap.
Yeah, India will be saying they've got to chase down 350 still. We've got to take 10 wickets. Let's get a couple of early wickets in the first hour and games in our.
Oh yeah, they'll be the great thing about tomorrow is they'll both fancy themselves
really well.
In India will fancy themselves to keep below 35 runs a wicket, won't they? Like they'll be shooting for way below that. Whereas England on the other hand will fancy themselves to run anything down, like say at Headingley, English conditions, all that stuff.
I don't think the score is the mountain. I think it's keeping all 10 wickets. That's going to be England's challenge. England could do it 3 wickets down, or they could be all out for 65. Like that's the way this England team are playing at the moment. They live and die by the swords.
I think
To their benefit, it's entertaining cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket purists would like to see them grind out either a draw or scrape to the win at the end of the day, getting those final 350 runs. I'm probably a little bit between the two. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of a siege mentality and seeing a little bit more blocking. However, on a day 5 pitch that could potentially deteriorate and turn, you can only block for so long before one catches the edge. So you are better to get those runs on the board, and Stokes knows far better than I.
I just think that top top 6 batting lineup for England just looks great. I think it looks really well balanced. Crawley and Duckett are seasoned openers now, and then you've got like Pope. That first innings for Pope was a real. It was a big moment for him. I feel like was this a recall? Has he been missing a few tests? But he's certainly not been playing brilliantly.
He was, and Bethel's been playing on the tour of New Zealand, and then Pope came back in against Zimbabwe and hit a massive 170 something, I think he got, and has basically then retained his spot. Rather than have the new boy Bethel come in. But Bethel's never scored 100, and Pope did it just 2 weeks ago. So he's got a lot of credit in the bank. He's also the vice captain, Pope. So he carries a lot of weight in the team, and also in Ben Stokes' ear too. He's his number 2, so it would have taken a lot to drop him. And I think he was pretty undroppable after the Zimbabwe game. However much of a preseason friendly that was, runs on the board are still incredibly valuable in terms of the team's momentum, and also in terms of their belief in you and your belief in your own batting too.
Yeah, be a grandstand finish tomorrow.
Hope so. Looking forward to it. That'll do for today. If you enjoyed listening along, you can like and subscribe and follow us on Spotify and YouTube, and you can get in touch on email at allsportspods@gmail.com. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.